What's up, Kremlings? How's it going? I'm your host, Alph, and a happy Donkey Kong December to all of you. Donkey Kong December has always been my favorite time of year, so today I'm contributing a video of my own. We all have our opinions on who the best and worst Mario Kart characters are, and I've previously stated that I think Mario Kart 8's roster is terrible. In an attempt to further explain my thoughts, I'll be using this video to take a trip back in time through the Mario Kart character lineups of old to see what went wrong and where. I briefly did this in my hopes for Mario Kart 9, but today I'll be going more in depth. I'll also be adding a groundbreaking and very serious new theory of mine to the mix, which will forever change all Mario Kart character-related discussions. To see what I mean, let's get started. In just a sec, I'm gonna go through every Mario Kart character roster, but first, here's my theory. The driver selections have had their ups and downs throughout Mario Kart history, but one factor has remained constant through every game. Regardless of whatever other random choices Nintendo makes, there has consistently been one factor we can look to in order to see how good a Mario Kart game's character lineup is. That factor is the Donkey Kong franchise of games. Independent of release year or console, the quality of Donkey Kong representation in a Mario Kart game has always been a direct indicator of the quality of that game's roster as a whole. I call this the Donkey Kong phenomenon. To prove this, let's go through Mario Kart's history to see what we're dealing with. Here we can see the character select screen from Super Mario Kart, the first game in the series. This roster is understandably very simple, but I don't think it's lacking by any means. It's got Mario, Peach, Luigi, Toad, Yoshi, and Bowser, which are obviously Mario Kart staples, and an absolute requirement for the roster. Then there's Koopa Troopa, who isn't much of a character, but still a classic Mario enemy who's very recognizable and fun. Koopa Troopa is certainly an oddball of this particular roster, but oddballs are what make Mario Kart character options fun. Lastly, our 8th character slot goes to the elephant in the room, Donkey Kong Jr.? Super Mario Kart's 8th, final, and only Donkey Kong character is none other than Donkey Kong Jr., the titular protagonist of an old arcade game. To be fair, it seems like DK Jr. was a bit more of a relevant character for 90s Nintendo, but this was still an odd choice, no doubt. And from this singular DK representative, we see a reflection of the entire game. Donkey Kong Jr. is ever so slightly askew from what we would expect this character to be, and that's exactly the case for the rest of the characters. 6 Mario staples and 2 slightly random animals. Super Mario Kart has a solid but vaguely odd lineup, as indicated by Donkey Kong Jr., just as the Donkey Kong phenomenon predicted. After that, the next Mario Kart title was Mario Kart 64, once again featuring a cast of 8 character options. It kept the 6 Mario staples, then it swapped out Koopa Troopa for Wario. In my opinion, this is a very logical change. After the 6 main characters, Wario is just about the next guy in line for a Mario roster. Maybe Daisy would have fit just as well, but that's a toss-up in my book. Lastly, they got rid of DK Jr. in favor of regular old Donkey Kong, which I think is a welcome change. Jr. was fun, but this just makes so much more sense, and who doesn't love Donkey Kong? Super Mario Kart's characters were just a bit odd, but Mario Kart 64 cleaned things up perfectly. Once again, the DK rep reflects this. Donkey Kong is the only one of his kind here, and he's as basic as DK gets. Accordingly, Mario Kart 64 in general has a small, concise roster that's just about as standard as they come. To this day, it's Mario Kart's most formulaic lineup, as shown by Mr. Donkey Kong. Next in the series was Mario Kart Super Circuit, but that had the exact same characters as 64 and it's a terrible game, so moving on. 22 days after I was born, Mario Kart Double Dash released. In terms of characters, this game really opened the floodgates. Double Dash took the character count from 8 all the way up to 20, so we obviously have a lot more to look at. 64's priority roster has remained intact, and Koopa Troopa has also returned from the SNES. Nintendo made Double Dash with this whole theme of characters driving in pairs, so the entire lineup is built for each driver to have a natural counterpart. Mario goes with Luigi, and they added characters like Daisy and Waluigi to go with Peach and Wario respectively. Birdo, Toadette, Paratroopa, and Bowser Jr. were all added just to make a duo out of an older character. Then they added Babies Mario and Luigi, as well as King Boo and Petey Piranha. Most significantly, they added Diddy Kong. We finally got a Mario Kart game with 2 playable Kongs, and Diddy Kong just so happens to be my favorite Mario Kart character of all time. And from this increased Kong presence, we can fully see its correlation to the rest of the roster. There are now twice as many Kongs, and Diddy is a great character to boot. As we would expect, this means Double Dash has a great roster. There are some weak spots like the babies and Paratroopa, but it's still a wonderful balance of Mario necessities and fun oddballs. It's not perfect, but Double Dash did a great job for the series' first large character roster, and the DK franchise predicted it all. After that, Mario Kart DS scaled things back a bit for handheld play, narrowing the lineup down to 13 characters. Of course, the 8 characters from 64 are still here, along with Daisy and Waluigi, who seem to have solidified their place in the core cast. Instead of Koopa Troopa, we now have Drybones, which is odd, but I like it. I think Drybones is cooler than most regular enemies, so this addition works for me. Shy Guy is also technically in the game, but I think he might be only available in DS download play matches? I'm not sure, but Shy Guy is fine, I guess. Then, of course, we come to Rob. Rob is such a weird choice for this game, and I'm still not sure why Nintendo keeps putting him in every crossover. Whatever the case, this toy NES accessory is a character in Mario Kart DS, finishing out the roster. Mario Kart DS is certainly a step down from Double Dash in my opinion, but I still think its character options are solid. It's like the grown-up version of the 64 lineup with a few very odd oddballs thrown in. A slight increase in size with an equally slight decrease in quality. And wouldn't you know it, Donkey Kong told us the whole story again. Same presence as he had in 64, only now he takes up a slightly smaller percentage of the overall roster. The lineup is nice enough, but that's about it. All thanks to DK. Now we come to Mario Kart Wii, my personal favorite game in the series. Spoiler alert, I also think it has the best character lineup. Every Double Dash character returns except Paratroopa and PD Piranha, which is a great roster already. It's sad to lose PD, but Paratroopa has been replaced by Drybones, which I 100% support. Babies Peach and Daisy were introduced here, which is not great, but we do get Rosalina and Dry Bowser, who are both awesome. The Mii driver is fine, I guess, but I haven't talked enough about how Diddy Kong is back. Some people might just call him another piece in the Double Dash pie, but I am so happy to see Diddy Kong return here. I love monkeys in general, and Diddy Kong is just so cool. He's got the shirt, the hat, the cocky attitude, it's just great. And of course, we gave us our first and only DK trio in a Mario Kart game by adding the undisputed fan favorite, Funky Kong himself. Even though Diddy is my favorite, Funky Kong is definitely an awesome addition to the roster. He's so bodacious and wild, you just have to love this ape. Triple DK characters really seal the deal on this awesome lineup too. Aside from the surplus of random babies, Mario Kart Wii has a well-rounded cast of awesome character choices. All the core characters are present, along with a nice spread of new, exciting picks. Mario Kart Wii is the only game to have 3 DK characters, they're all awesome, and it also has the best roster in the history of the series. I can't make this stuff up, guys, it's just so true. The Donkey Kong phenomenon is real, and Wii proves it. What a game. I'm ignoring the arcade games and tour, so Mario Kart 7 is our second to last roster to check out. This one is pretty unremarkable in my opinion. It has all the core characters except Waluigi, so that's not, terrible. Rosalina and Shy Guy are back, so that's fun. Then there are 4 weird characters, and these are alright. Metal Mario is nice, I guess, Honey Queen is quite odd, and then the Wiggler and Lakitu are pretty meh. I know this is a boring segment, but I really just don't care about these characters. We're back down to just Donkey Kong Sr., and the rest of the 16-driver lineup is all just kinda there. DK now takes up half the presence he had in 64, and it shows. Instead of feeling solid and simple, Mario Kart 7's lineup feels disconnected, random, and bigger than it needed to be. And that's what happens when you grow a game's roster without having multiple DK reps. That's what happens when the Donkey Kong phenomenon is completely real and I'm right. Finally, let's look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and its cast of characters that I openly hate. We now have more characters than ever, so many that I'm not going to go through all of them this time. Of course you have the core Mario guys, and now there are some other Nintendo characters, so that's definitely cool. Everyone else though is just so sad to look at. Mario Kart 8 has so many characters and there's just no reason for that. There are so many power-up variants, Koopalings, random babies, and other filler trash characters. Having a ton of options is a nice idea, but I'd take Mario Kart 64's characters over this uninspired garbage any day of the week. This lineup is way too big to support itself, and look who's here to explain the whole thing. Even though this game has the most characters of any Mario Kart, we're still back down to regular old Donkey Kong and nobody else. It's really shameful. The shameless lack of DK representation in this arbitrarily giant roster says it all. There aren't enough DK characters, and that hurts 8 Deluxe in a major way. And through it all, this proves that the Donkey Kong phenomenon is a completely infallible hypothesis. In every single Mario Kart game, the Donkey Kong representation perfectly illustrates how good the character choices are going to be. That's great, but who cares? I'll tell you who cares, Mario Kart 9. Assuming Nintendo ever decides to make an actual new Mario Kart, we're probably going to see some footage before getting a full character roster reveal. And if that's the case, how are we supposed to tell if they've finally turned things around and made a good cast of characters again? I think you know where this is going. If we get a teaser trailer and see Diddy, or Funky, or Tiny, or Chunky, or any DK character other than Donkey Kong, you can be sure our victory is sealed. While all these cringy prediction channels are speculating about who's going to be in Mario Kart 9, we'll just sit quietly and know the truth. The second a teaser drops, all we have to do is look for Donkey Kong representation and our eyes will be opened. Until then, spread news of the Donkey Kong phenomenon. It's completely real and this is important for us to know. Happy Donkey Kong December and thanks for watching.